Chad Johnson on the line for our Coach's Corner segment. And we have Chad, a rookie head coach in the USHL, his first season, and is currently leading the Lincoln Stars program. Chad, welcome to the show, and the experience for you a little bit different now as a head coach in the USHL, and the opportunity to examine that a bit and talk to you a little bit about how that's been for you. And once again, talking about Cedar Rapids a moment ago, Lincoln, another team that has a number of players committed to the college ranks. Lincoln's current standing, they're 24-19-5 in that very hotly contested Western Conference with 53 points, and are looking to make a move in the standings. They are currently behind Dubuque, Omaha, Fargo, and Sioux Falls, trying to secure a playoff standing. A little bit of a balance of power has shifted to the West this season, and Lincoln currently is the number 5 team. We're looking forward to having Chad join us. Chad had been an assistant coach in the USHL, so new experience for him to have his own program, be leading his own program this season. Had been part of the Fargo Force coaching staff the last 2 years before moving in to take the reins in Lincoln. So in our Coach's Corner, our profile this week, Chad Johnson of the Lincoln Stars, first-year head coach in the USHL. Chad, welcome to the program, and how has it been to lead your own team this season?
Oh, it's been a good experience. Obviously, from that area, but it was a situation where I lived in Lincoln before for 3 years and was excited to get back there.
That's right. You would spend time in the Lincoln organization, had some familiarity there, and for the last 2 years, an opportunity to coach in Fargo for the Fargo Force. Also going back a couple of years to work with Dean Blaze, who now has found a new home in Nebraska, Omaha, after an outstanding tenure going back in the Division I college ranks in North Dakota. So you've had an opportunity to work with a number of top people, and I'm sure incorporate many of their styles into your own coaching decorum.
Well, you work with a guy like Dean Blaze, and there's nothing better. He's a guy that he gets the most out of his players, and if you ever get a chance to chat with him, he's one of the more sought after coaches, obviously, in this game. And I was very fortunate to be under him for a year, and very excited about the opportunity when that did arise.
Well, you had the opportunity to work with Dean Blaze, and talking about Dean leading North Dakota, and you're no stranger to Grand Forks. That's where you grew up, and you had an opportunity, one of those rare opportunities, to play for your hometown Fighting Sioux. That must have been just a tremendous thrill to, I'm sure, grow up following the fortunes of the Fighting Sioux closely, and then being able to put that jersey on and have an opportunity to play for the great Fighting Sioux program.
Well, that was a dream. That was a dream come true when that opportunity arose. I actually played in the USHL in 1987-88 and had an opportunity to get back up to Grand Forks and play for the Fighting Sioux, and played for head coach Gino Gasparini, who was a commissioner in the USHL for a number of years, and did a heck of a job as far as getting the league on the right track. And there's nothing better than getting back to your hometown and playing in front of the family.
You mentioned Gino Gasparini, and very strong ties as a former commissioner of the circuit that you coach in the USHL, and really one of the legendary head coaches of the game in college hockey, and I'm sure another big influence for you.
Yeah, he was. He truly was. He's such a, he's an icon, and a guy that, built that program from, it was late 1970s, I believe it was, when he started out there as an assistant, and got involved as the head coach, and is a guy that a lot of people look up to, and he did an outstanding job at the University of North Dakota and an outstanding job as a commissioner of the USHL.
coaching really runs in the family, literally and figuratively runs in the family with your brother Steve. Just to talk about him a little bit, Chad, and his coaching career, which has brought him to a number of different levels and some great exposure to the game of hockey.
Well, I've been very fortunate to work under, been in the USHL as an assistant coach for 4 years, and worked under Steve Johnson, which who you're chatting about right now, and Dean Blaze, and two guys that obviously had a lot of success, and Steve is a guy that gets the most out of his players as well, and brought that Lincoln program when they started in 1996 to an elite program.
You know, currently your team is in 5th place in the very tight, and we've talked about it all season, top-heavy Western Conference, quality and quantity in that Western Conference. I mean, what a race there. You've got 53 points, and you got to really kind of clutch, grab, and claw your way to try to move up the standings. I mean, right now you've got a team that's pretty close to securing a playoff spot, but nothing guaranteed with how tough things are out west.
No, by no means is anything guaranteed. It truly is the wild, wild west. And you know, we look at the standings every night and look at the scores every night, and it seems to be that every night that there's 3 points given out for our division games. And last night was a game that went right down to the wire, like most of them have. And you know, we expect a lot of the same. But the beauty of it is that we're playing playoff hockey now, like a lot of teams, like 8 teams in our division. You know, they're fighting, scratching, clawing to raise up in the standings, and you know, I think it's going to benefit a lot of teams.
5-0-2 in your last 7 home games, Coach, and I would think that there's a correlation between your success at home and the fact that Lincoln is such a great home for the USHL, long has been, and a venue that leads the USHL in attendance. We've been following those attendance figures every week, and some of the special opportunities and promotions that go on. Seems like Lincoln is always at the top of the leaderboard.
You know, I'm still a firm believer that it's the best atmosphere in hockey. You know, they've been around for 15 years now, and from day one, they're such avid sports fans, and now turned into hockey fans that it's willed us to a couple wins this year. And you know, they're fans that are with you, win or lose, and you know, a situation where you know, any given night, you're up 2 goals, you're down 2 goals, they're going to will you to a win.
Yeah, there's only 6 or 7, no matter what, Cornhusker home football games every year, so it's good to see everybody channel their energy toward the rink.
Yeah, it truly is. You know, when it first started down in Lincoln, I don't think they knew what hockey was all about. I remember one of the first games that we were down 5-2 to Omaha, and after the 3rd period, but nobody left because they're waiting for that 4th quarter, so it was kind of nice.
Well, you've got 13 players committed to Division I hockey on your current roster, and most prominently, 3 were named to those coveted all-star spots, Ryan Zingle, John McCarron, and Matt Prapavesis. Just to talk a little bit about those guys right at the top of the list as college commitments.
You know, Matt Prapavesis is a guy that he was out a little bit with an injury earlier in the season, and he's a guy that he runs our power play. He's an every situation guy. If we're up a goal, down a goal, he's out. You know, I know Bemidji State is getting an outstanding, not only a player, but just an outstanding individual. He's a leader in the locker room. John McCarron is a guy that, you know, he's a bigger guy. He's 6'3", 215 pounds. That is a presence out there, but he's got that scoring touch. And you know, fortunately for him, he's you know, there's life above and beyond hockey. You know, he's a pretty dedicated guy that is going to eventually get on to med school. And then you got Ryan DeZingle, who I think personally is one of the more skilled guys in the league. A guy that, as a player, you want to play with him, because if you're out on the ice, he's going to find you. You know, always be ready to score a goal when you're out on the ice with him, and you know, just make sure that with him that you're just available.
Yeah, Ryan will be headed to Ohio State, John McCarron to Cornell. And, by the way, you have a 21-goal scorer in Garrett Peterson. Was not among the All-Stars that I mentioned, the 3 All-Stars, but he looks like he'll be a fine addition to the University of Notre Dame.
Well, I think that it was unfortunate for him that he was left off of that, but, I think the fact that he was injured early in the season and had shoulder surgery in the summer and kept him out until about December. But I think he's the most difficult forward to play against in this league. He's a guy that he's the heart and soul of this team right now. He's our captain. He just finds a way to get the job done.
Your goaltender is taken the route back to the USHL. Kevin Murdoch already has racked up 21 wins this season, and he is back in the league. Had played previously in the league before heading to college, and now is back. I don't know if he has a college commitment at this time, a new college commitment, but he certainly is giving you plenty of stability at that position.
Yeah, he truly has. He's obviously it starts with goaltending, and he's a guy that things didn't quite work out at Mankato, and I think it's just a matter of time. It's not if, it's when he gets another college opportunity. But he came back with the right attitude. Didn't assume anything. He didn't take things for granted. He's really taken advantage of a situation that he has in front of him.
You'll be visiting Fargo for 2 this weekend, Coach, and you certainly know your way around there from your tenure as an assistant coach in that town.
Yeah, it's a good city. It's going back home, obviously, and Fargo's got I know the start of the year, and as the season has gone on, they got a team that pretty good chance that they're going to be there at the end. And they've had our number this year, and we're looking to get back on the right track against them.
Best of luck, Coach, getting back on the right track in Fargo this week, and a couple of big games for the Lincoln Stars, and look forward to hopefully talking to you again down the road on This Week in the USHL.
Okay, thank you very much.
Chad Johnson, the coach of the Lincoln Stars and former standout for the University of North Dakota Fighting Sioux, and USHL alum in his own right, first-year coach of the Lincoln Stars, Chad Johnson, in our coach's profile here on This Week in the USHL.